A ribald tale of a bunch of Chads and Stacys getting what's coming to them in Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader from the year of our Lord 2000, directed by Jeff Miller and starring Tasha Barin, as well as practically everyone else from the South Carolina Amateur Dramatic Society. It is the night before the big local football game between two of Bar Creek's high school teams, and the town is electric with excitement. However, when someone starts killing off all the cheerleaders, that excitement rapidly turns to fear. Who could the killer be? Is it the local bum, the sheriff, the football coach, or perhaps one of the students? More Scream rip-off bollocks to be found here, just like in Final Scream, which I covered yesterday. Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader is a horror film that's very representative of its time period, as we have more obnoxious meta film talk, a super threatening phone stalker that sounds like the cat from Sabrina, chunky notebook computers, killers whose personalities are ripped straight off from Scream, and a limp synthesized soundtrack that is just pure balls. The screenplay is so self-aware, it sounds like the film is actively critiquing its own insipidness. This was an atypical ploy of 90s media in general, in which the first true corporatocratic culture found its hands tied due to hand-in-hand monopoly and homogeny, and tried to give a savvy consumer the sense of realism that they had become accustomed to by just simply stating that what they are watching is a cliche. It's not meta, it's not even laziness. It was just a sign of a culture that no longer valued truth, because it simply was not in the market's interest to value truth. This is how boring the fucking movie is. The greater cultural significance of Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader is far more fascinating than anything that goes on in this southern fried piece of shit. The phone machine recording of a concerned parent of a cheerleader threatening to sue Jeff Miller over the film is by far the most realistic and engaging thing in the entire film. This film is a fucking... I don't know. There is a sleepover in here with 3 cheerleaders playing a game of strip movie trivia. I wish I was making this shit up. And it managed to make it the most poorly framed, poorly lit, lifeless thing on this goddamn planet. Worst cheerleader film ever. The lack of cheerleader fetish gratification, no matter how egregious, is not the worst aspect of Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader. That would have to be the possibly all-time worst murder set pieces I've ever seen, featuring joke shop prosthetics and off-camera impact shots circa 1967 proto-slasher. On all aspects of a slasher, this film fails, and I feel that the filmmakers got off on that. Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader, as well as the majority of its contemporaries, were the first in a tradition of insincere purpose in horror cinema that still continues to this very day, from the meta-slasher successor Torture Porn, which took hyperbole as far as the horror genre could take it by trying to emulate fake snuff films such as the Guinea Pig and Faces of Death series, to the likes of Blumhouse today, where the cause de célèbre examples of the genre have never been so intellectual or less scary. Don't come to Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader for entertainment. Instead, come to the movie for an intriguing history lesson in how the genre has gotten to where it is today. In conclusion, Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader is a most atypical Scream ripoff that features 45 riveting minutes of phone conversations in a poorly framed interior, and is also incredibly disappointing in its lack of gore and titillation. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Tomorrow's film is a special one indeed, as I cover the recently unearthed lost version of Doris Wishman's A Night to Dismember.